everybody, Dan here, and today we're going to talk about these trimmer racks that I installed kind of accidentally yesterday. And here's what they are. They're the LT10 lockable trimmer racks, okay, for utility landscape trailers, pickup trucks, and stuff like that. These are only meant for open trailers or pickup trucks, not enclosed trailers. The company that sells these, I'm pretty sure has racks for enclosed trailers as well. But the way these are set up, the engines wouldn't clear. When you mount these, the engines would hit the wall of your trailer. You need to be out a little bit more. Something to keep in mind when you're trailer shopping, if you're gonna put Weedeater racks inside your trailer, the engine and the shaft is gonna shrink the width of your trailer, all right? So pay attention to that. If you get a 5-foot trailer, by the time you put Weedeaters on one side and blowers on the other side, you're lucky to have 3.5 foot, 4 foot maybe, to go through, so just be careful. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. But these are, like I said, from Buyers LT10. This is the 3-banger. So you got 1, 2, 3. I call it banger, whatever. It's the 3-banger trimmer rack. It's really super simple. Now here's the deal. I ordered these from the company that I linked to in my video descriptions. So if you say, Dan, where should I get these from? I paid like 140 bucks. I think it was free shipping. And I link right to it under featured items, okay? I link right to this rack from this company. I ordered these Sunday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I got them Wednesday. They were delivered like 11 o'clock in the morning or something like that yesterday. So here it is now, Thursday. So yesterday I had dinner plans and it was like 3 o'clock and I was bored and I'm like, let me start messing with these a little bit. And I started, I'm going to show you, but I started getting them up, like got them up. I kind of put them in place. I didn't have them mounted. I just put them up, held them in place with C-clamps. I'll show you that. And then I started putting my Weedeater rack, my Weedeaters on and started messing around. Came up with found some issues that came up in the installation with the equipment. And I'm going to show you guys that. And next thing you know, I got the bar mounted. I got that rack over there, hard mounted in the way it's supposed to be. I got all my trimmers are set up, ready to rock. They're not moving. So the only thing that's left is I wanted to show you guys just a quick demo installation of these and give you a little bit of a closer view. These are very popular. They sell a lot and they're on a lot of lawn service trailers already. So this isn't a new item. But it's nice, and with the issues that I found, I did call them yesterday. I let them know the issues I found. They referred me to the manufacturer, and they said, for me to work maybe with them and maybe come to a more permanent solution in the future for them. But for now, you might have these on your trailer and you have an issue. I'm going to show you how to work around those issues. But for right now, let me show you guys real quick some of the installation process, in case you're a little bit confused. Okay, the instruction book will tell you straight up that you're gonna need a hacksaw, you're gonna need C-clamps, and you're gonna need a drill. All right, get yourself a nice drill. If you don't have one, you should have one. Cordless is okay, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 holes to drill, and you're gonna be going through some metal. So make sure you got a full battery. But a nice corded drill with a 13-30 seconds drill bit. Now 13-30 seconds is, what is that? That's 4/8, wait, what is, it's 3/8. That's 3/8. 13-30 seconds is a 30 seconds bigger than 3/8. The hardware that they give you is 3/8. So 13-30 seconds drill bit. Nice metal drill bit, that's what you need. Of course, a pilot drill bit would be nice too, maybe a 1/4 inch to drill your holes first, but a nice drill bit, okay, on a drill. 1332. A hacksaw, and I'll tell you why you need a hacksaw, but it's not what you think. C-clamps. Now C-clamps are really important. If you're not familiar with these, it looks like a C, or maybe this way it looks like a C. Maybe this way it doesn't. Maybe it's a U, maybe it's an M, an N. Okay, so this is a C-clamp, right? So as you tighten this down, you see you can bring 2 pieces of metal or wood together. You need 2 of these, all right? This is a 3-inch. No, this is a 2-inch. These are cheap as hell. You can get these just about anywhere. You need 2 of these 2-inch C-clamps, all right? Now let me show you why. Okay, so you see the rack, right? See how it's sitting up? Now we're gonna focus right into the C-clamp. So the C-clamp is right here, and it's actually holding the rack to the angle of the trailer. So you just C-clamp it right there, boom. and then you can start lining your stuff up. Pay attention to what's underneath your trailer because you have to drill through it. So watch for power lines, you know, going to your lights. Watch for any hard frames. Watch for your leaf spring mounts. Pay attention to that. You might need to move it up, might need to move it back. So you put your first one in where it's clear. C-clamp it in place. Okay, so you put your first one here, you clamp it down, then you put your second one back about 28 to 34 inches apart, okay? I know it's not in the shot right now, but remember that support bar that's going across, that support bar is probably like 34, 35 inches. If you're a little bit smaller than that, then there you go. In fact, let me get a tape measure. I am center to center roughly 30.5 inches. So I'm 30.5 inches across, going all the way across, okay? So it says 28 to 34. That works out for me because of the hedge trimmer and the way the hedge trimmer mounts right here, okay? So once you get your second one in place, C-clamp it down, all right, somewhat close, and then start working your trimmers in, all right? From the lightest up top to your heaviest equipment down at the bottom. For simple common sense. You don't want something super heavy up there bouncing around and something light down here. Flip that around. Have the weight lower down and have your lighter up top. Okay? Once you have your C-clamps in and you start working your trimmer racks in, start figuring out how it's going to fit, you know, all your pieces of equipment. Weed eaters are usually really simple. They're just a long shaft. If you have a curved shaft weed eater, throw it away. But if you don't want to because it's an heirloom and your grandma gave it to you, that's cool. I respect the hustle. But you're going to need to bring this rack much more in then because of the curved shaft. All right, so you're going to want this rack further in. But that's cool. You could frame grandma's curved shaft weed eater, you know, hang it up in the wall or whatever. That's cool too, and get yourself a straight shaft. But weed eater up top, edger or hedge trimmer, or second weed eater in the middle, and then edger or hedge trimmer or something heavier down below. Once you have everything set up to the width that works for your equipment, then you simply just start drilling through. You drill where the C-clamp was, you'll drill a hole there, and you'll put the bolt in that they give you. You'll drill 2 holes down through your wood, and you're gonna also grab the frame of the trailer because the trailer is gonna be box or it's gonna be angle. So you're gonna drill 2 bolts there, and you're gonna drill 2 bolts back here, and you're gonna put a bolt here. Once you have all your bolts in, and you don't have to tighten them down, but once you have all your bolts in, then you take your support bar up here, and the support bar comes with a hole already in it, and there's already holes in this and in here. Put your support bar in, let it be loose, swing it up like a pendulum, scribe it where it's going extra, maybe out here a little bit, scribe it off. Okay, mine was right here. Scribe it off, mark where the hole is here, take the bar back off, hacksaw off this, drill your hole, bring it back up, and with the supplied hardware they give you, support it right there. So now you have these 2 racks working with each other with this angle. Okay, this is actually an angle, so it's stronger than it looks. But you have these 2 racks working together now instead of it being like they can't because you got this. Okay. You got it bolted, 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 and bolted down at the bottom. This rack is not going anywhere. The problem that you're going to have now is going to be the strength of your trailer. If you bought a really cheap trailer from Lowe's, you might have this angle that the trailer's mount, you know, that is bolted to going like this, and you can weld up supports in that trailer, but that's the trailer's problem. That's not your rack's problem. All right, and that happens with any rack, so it's not the racks. It's not an issue for the racks. So that's all that you do to mount it. Now, in the instructions, it was really confusing to me. Didn't want to believe it to be true, but it says to put the larger spring-loaded clip. See, these are spring-loaded. It says put the larger spring-loaded clip where your handle is. Avoid your throttles, right? And put the smaller spring-loaded clip down on the actual weed eater shafts, okay? And then that's where your locking bar goes. So you see how it locks, and then you got this is open. So here you go, and you can take your weed eater out, and then you lock it, and you put your padlock right here, and now you can. So This holds this holds the shaft. This holds your weed eater right here. And I was kind of like, wow, I don't know about that. That's gonna really allow my trimmer to move and fall over. And we all know that that sucks, because then your carburetor's down and you get to the next job site and your air cleaner's soaked with fuel, and you got fuel pissing out your vent here, out of your cap here, you know, and it's hot, it's real hot, so it's pressurized now. And you take the cap off and it's like, psst. So now you got all that pressure forcing fuel into the carburetor and flooding it, and it's laying down and all that crap's going on. You really want your weed eater motors, your 2-cycle motors, whatever, to be up. You want your carburetors to be kind of on an upper angle here. So 2 issues that I found with this rack system. Basically, the install demo is over. That's all it is to install it. I mean, it's really that simple. Just line it up and C-clamp it, line your stuff up on it, and if it's a go, start drilling and bolting. And I did everything with everything installed, and as you can see, I still had that 1 C-clamp there left to drill, and my equipment's still all in place. I'm ready to go down the road. I just need to put 1 bolt through and 1 bolt in the floor, and I'm done. But I wanted to show you guys that C-clamp and everything in place. 2 issues that I had was the spinning of the weed eaters. A lot of people left different comments on the site, and I read all the comments, and some people use like hose, use like air conditioning foam, like pipe insulation, stuff like that, to thicken this up to make it grab it stronger. I had a different solution, and it's really neat, and you can get these for $14.95 for the set. Half the set you're going to throw in the garbage, and the other half you'll use. But if you've got a couple weed eaters and you need to keep them straight, for 30 bucks, you can get this awesome thing. Hang on. These are from the Green Touch trimmer racks, the Extreme Series trimmer racks. If you were to get a 3-banger trimmer rack from Green Touch, it's going to be very close to probably $300 bucks with shipping. Well over 200, well over. And they come with these. Now, those are great racks. Don't get me wrong. I had them, and I had them in my enclosed trailer. And they were great racks, but they were a 4-banger, and I don't want to put a 4-banger on here. For one, it's just too much. This trailer wouldn't handle that, for one, and for two, I sold them with the enclosed trailer as part of the deal. I sweetened the deal up. But I kept these. I had these, and I told him where he can get his own, and I kept these because I always knew that this might come in one day, and it does. So to keep my weed eaters from spinning, you can go to the Green Touch website, and I link to it right below the link to these. And it should open up the parts page, and I believe it's the very first item they show. It's a set of these for 28 bucks, or yeah, for $14.95 or something like that. You can get a set of these. It's this one goes down the shaft, and then you get the one that goes up here. You don't need the one that goes up here, but you need this one. Is that my Vistaprint order? It might be. So what I did is I installed these on the shaft of all 3 of my equipments right here. All right, these are still nasty from the weed eaters. One of these was on the FS70 maybe, or the maybe on the split shaft that I have for my edger. You know, this is the Combi system. So I had one already and one already, so I just put them on and tightened them down. And what I did is I have the nipple right here. It slipped right inside this area right in here, so it can't move because the lock holds this. Okay, the lock holds this. This stays onto the spring. The weed eater can't. That's all it can do. It can't move. It's gonna stay right here. I'll be right back. Vistaprint just arrived. I got really cool Vistaprint videos. I'll link to them. Hear the music? He's getting it. Oh, the sound of the UPS truck. Love it. Okay, so that's what I did. I put these here, and that doesn't allow these to roll. You can't roll these, okay? Watch the motor. This one here. You can't, that's it. You can't do that, it's not gonna move. So these were $14 as a set. So if you got a couple of these and added it to the cost of this, for 200 bucks, you got a 3-banger lightweight system, and it secures your stuff. So now look, don't blow up my comment section about, you know, don't be cheap or whatever. A lot of people don't have a lot of money, and 150 bucks for a weed eater rack system is a lot of money for a lot of people, especially when you're just starting out. You can always get your you know, more expensive weed eater racks when you buy your second trailer, but usually people are just starting out with a 5x10, a 4x8. They got 1 or 2 weed eaters. They might have a split shaft system or something like that. And if you can't afford an expensive weed eater rack, I still highly recommend that you get a weed eater rack. And the reason being is, and I'm not endorsed, paid, I'm not giving free products or anything. This is just from experience, and a lot of you old timers will agree with me. 99% of all the issues that you're ever going to have with your hand tools is because they're not properly secured wherever you go. You're going to run them over with your lawnmower, loading them into the trailer, throwing them into the back of your truck. You're going to forget them in your truck and leave them out overnight, and they're going to get stolen. There's always issues. When you don't have everything in its place and a place for everything, you start spending money on new throttles because it got jammed up on something in your truck or in your trailer, or you know, you break your kill switch here, or you break your shroud and now the engine's not cooling properly. Everything happens usually out of haste, out of us throwing our equipment down and not paying attention, not having it properly secured. So a nice $150 rack or whatever shipped to your door might have some issues, and that's what I'm trying to help you out. So this solves those issues. You can also do other things. You can take the small bungee cords and wrap them around so it pulls the spring even tighter onto your handle. You can do that. I don't like to do that. I don't like to take the time to do that. When I'm sweating and sweat's dripping in my eyes and I'm irritated and I already ran out of weed eater line 14 times, and, you know, and I'm hot and I'm sweaty, I don't want to sit there and be wrapping a bungee cord around my weed eater rack. So this was a solution. This is a permanent solution that cost me $14 per unit. I had them on hand, but to me, that $14 is worth it in the end because it's a permanent solution. I never have to mess with anything. I don't have anything to lose. I just drop it in. Done deal. All right, to get your weed eaters out, under your lock, open this up, and then you got, this is spring loaded, so you can pop this spring right here. It's just, I mean, it's not much. Let it rest right there, and then you do the same right here. And there's your weed eater, or your edger. Okay, and then to put it back, do just the opposite. Go ahead and put your handle in. Boom. And then you got your boom. And then that little thing's right there, automatic. And then lock it. Boom. That's it. Put your padlock on, and your equipment is mostly secured. Okay, the reason why I say mostly, that was the first issue. The second issue that I had, and this is something that they really need to work on, is if you have a split shaft like this, and the lock is right here, okay, what's stopping anybody from unscrewing this, popping your engine out, and taking your power head? And then, if you didn't have this block right here, you could just slide this out if the trailer ramp was down. You can unscrew this, slide this out, bypassing this whole setup right here, because there's nothing to stop it, and then you have your power head that's not even locked. So if you have a split shaft system, I'm just letting you know right now that you're gonna need to do something, all right, to deter theft. Maybe a small cable lock around your handle right here, something like that, just to slow them down. Let me tell you something. I'm willing to bet 90% of all equipment theft is opportunity. Nobody's set out to go steal something that is locked. They go out and they're doing something, and then they see something. They see an opportunity. Oh, look, that blower's not even locked. Hey, go grab that. Hey, look, that dude's weed eater is just sitting in the bed of his truck, man. Go get that crap. We could sell that. That's an opportunity. Most people walking down the street or whatever, or driving down the street, they're looking for opportunity, or they have the tools to bypass any lock anyways. So you're screwed. They'll just take your whole rig. They'll take your truck and trailer. All right. The only thing that racks and locks and stuff like that do is stop opportunists from stealing from you. That's it. That's the honest to God truth. It's up to you to have your insurance, your homeowner's insurance. It's up to you to at least slow them down, all right? Don't park somewhere where you can't get eyes on. If you're working in a backyard, you should try to park your trailer where the gate is. So, you know, when you're mowing, you're over here and you're like, ah, my trailer's over there. But that's okay, because the side yard, when you're mowing, every time you come up and then you go back down, you can look up and see your trailer. And they know that. So that's the point, all right? Responsibility, personal responsibility. But if you have a split shaft, an issue is you can get that split shaft out of this system by just simply unscrewing this. That's not an opportunity. That's somebody knowing this system and knowing this lock and then going, oh crap. Anybody else that might just see the opportunity to steal this stuff and not know what exactly they're looking at would pop the engine out of there and go to leave and it's locked. They can't. It's locked. So they might then run away. But if they've been eyeballing your crap, or they are in this industry and they know that this split shaft can easily be taken apart, then it's up to you to run a cable to your handle and stuff, and that's going to stop them. Unless they got cutters, and then nothing's going to stop them. So if you know, take a little personal responsibility, make sure your stuff is locked up, you can get an efficient, economical rack like this pretty cheap for a 3-banger. The 2-banger, you know, would come to here. But I would always say get a 3-banger, because you're always going to have 1 or 2 weed eaters, and then you might get a hedge trimmer. So I got my 3 units right here that I always use. Hedges, edging, and weed eater. Okay, now look. I don't think these things are the best things since sliced bread. I think they're nice. They're by buyers. They're the LT10s. I think they're okay. They're economical. And for what I do, for working in my neighborhood, this will keep opportunists down from stealing from me. It's a nice, clean appearance, and it makes it easier for me with a trailer now and with my equipment to just come home from work, change my clothes, hook up my trailer, and I have every single thing I need right here. I can put a hitch on a Toyota Prius, and I can go cut grass with this rig right here. And that's my whole point, because a lot of you guys work with SUVs, you're working out of cars. So trailer, weed eater racks, and stuff like that, and you're good to go. Coming up, we're gonna do a video of my trailer and the setup, and also of the mulch plate that I made temporarily to get me to July. I don't think this will get me much past July, because then we really start getting into some thick crap, and I'm gonna want the chute blocker that opens up. But for right now, I made a quick chute blocker that's mounted just as a mulch, and we'll go over that another time. But this was the review of the little thing. I like them. I like them a lot. I think they have a great product, and I really recommend that you guys check these guys out. Check the link in the video description, okay? It's in the featured product. I got everything in there. You guys always ask me, what do I use, what do I use, what do I use? I got everything in there, from the Bluetooth earbuds I use, to the cameras I use, to everything. My watch, everything's listed, okay? So check it out. And I appreciate you guys very much. I'll see you guys on the next one.